A lot of guys aren't really sure what to do with this, but if she's keeping in contact with her exes, that is a red flag.
Got a crazy video for you today.
She's not yours, it's just your turn. A woman should be a complement to your life, not the focus.
Do the work.
Women do not care about your struggles, they hang out at the finish line and they pick the winners. All right, what's up, my brothers from another mother? Let's get into episode number 2 of the red flag segment. Again, as I mentioned in the first clip, I'm not going to do all of these. I only intend to release the ones that are more YouTube friendly. You can download the entire chapter. It's a free chapter from my upcoming book. It's going to be for men. You know, moms can give it to their sons, fathers can give it to them sons. It's great for tons of guys out there. That'll help clarify the reality of the world that we live in. Let's hop straight into it. We finished off with She Competes With You in the last video. If you haven't seen that, there's a card up on the top right. Red flag number 5 in my list here. She keeps men from her past around. Women like to have options. A recent survey showed that almost half of all married women admitted to having a backup guy. The problem with the whole, have admitted to having a backup plan guy is you can't really rely on admission of information when it comes to collecting it. So if it's something that would be disparaging, it's like asking a room of 20 guys, okay, who here has ED, put your hands up sort of thing, or who here is a virgin, put your hands up. If it's something that's not going to shine a positive light on the room, you're only going to get a voluntarily or a certain number of people in that space to volunteer the information. So women are only going to admit to having a backup plan if they feel that they're going to be protected or it's not going to make them look bad, for example. So half of all married women are admitting to having a backup plan. So to me, that number means it's quite a bit higher. So these backup plans usually, gentlemen, come in the form of somebody that they've been with in the past or somebody that they know. Maybe it's somebody you even know personally. It could be your kid's jiu-jitsu instructor at the dojo. You do not know. I mean, it's no surprise. I've had guys in my coaching program that have literally found out that their wife left them for the jiu-jitsu instructor. It's always somebody close by. So if she keeps men from her past around, somebody she dated, an ex-boyfriend, even somebody that she's been alpha widowed by. I'll talk about that for a second. So alpha widow is loosely defined as a woman who pines for a high-value alpha that didn't commit to her in her early years. He may in the future, but at that time he didn't. So that's one way. It's like that one that got away sort of thing. Here's the thing, though. No good ever comes from no good ever comes from her having lunch with ex-boyfriends or other male friends or coworkers, and you do not want to be the guy that she settled for. Okay? I'm going to say that again. You do not want to be her second choice. I did a video on why genuine burning desire matters. I'll put a card up. Watch that after the video. But I think it's incredibly important that you are her first choice. You are her best. If you want to avoid being being the the beta-tized, just good enough guy that she settled for and having her, basically spin her plates as options, other guys. As part of an LTR or a marriage, for example, it's usually expected for guys, not always, some guys have open marriages or open relationships, that you abandon your sexual strategy. And the male sexual strategy is unlimited access to unlimited women. The female sexual strategy is open hypergamy. And for open hypergamy, meaning she's able to have options on the plate, she basically has to be in contact with them. So a lot of guys aren't really sure what to do with this, but if she's keeping in contact with her exes, that is a red flag. It is a red flag because she's keeping her options open and it's giving her an opportunity to go outside of your committed relationship, if that's what you're in. I recommend guys are attentive to this. Men and women really don't have much in the way of common interests. I put that here as well. Aside from men want to have sex with women, there really should be no room for male friends in her life. Whenever she's, going to start singing some lyrics about, we're just friends. No, men and women don't have a lot in common. I can't think of anything that I have in common, with women on a social level. It just doesn't exist. I like fast cars, boats, guns, planes, motorcycles, stuff like that. Women just don't have a lot of interest in that. They will come along for the ride. I mean, I've done rallies with my chick and it's like, they want to be around excellence and great people and, it satisfies their hypergamous nature, for example. But, for her to, sing some song about we're just friends. Smarten up, guys. I think you're better than that. Let's go into the next one. So number 6 in this chapter, I'll cover this one. Poor with money. If she can't manage her monthly cash flow and has nothing but a pile of handbags and shoe collections to show for her debt, you're going to run into a big problem. Some of you guys probably already know this, but I run a debt business, or I used to anyway. I'm pretty much out of it for the most part, and I did for about 15 years. I dealt a lot in the credit and collection space. I think I entered it in 93 or 92, so it's been a long time. I know this stuff like the back of my hand, and I've encountered a lot of men and women that have incurred a lot of credit card debt through some bad choices, and it's really just a matter of education. You know, if you end up with debt, it really just means that you've made some bad choices in life. That's really all that it boils down to. But it is not your responsibility as men, and a lot of guys will do this. I've seen this, and this is why it's a red flag. They'll swoop in and they'll try to save her with her poor money problems. I talked to a guy not too long ago that had married up a single mom with 2 special needs kids. He didn't have any kids. She was a little bit older than him. So not only did he lose his opportunity to have his own offspring, he's raising another man's kids. He was tied into the relationship for a couple of years. And he ended up paying off like close to $100,000 in her student loan debt. Now, through the divorce process, not only did he end up paying off her debt, raising the kids for a couple of years, but she was also trying to get him on the hook to pay child support for life because of the state that they were in and how family law viewed that living arrangement. I mean, she basically said they looked at him as their father. So she brought a lot of stress into his life, and he could have made a better choice in that scenario. And one of the things he could have vetted for was poor with money. All right, so let's move on to the next one. You guys, you do not want to deal with, women that just bring debt to the table. They have to bring something beyond that. Violent women. Let's go on to the third and last one for this episode. This is red flag number 7. I'm not even going to read this, but it is a massive red flag, guys. Some guys will make some concessions with certain red flags with women. They don't, for example, they won't get into a relationship with a single mom or marry them, but they'll date them, right? Violent women are always a no-go zone. You don't even want to date them. You don't even want to spend them as a plate. You don't even want to have a friends with benefit relationship with them because it is far too risky. But here's where guys go wrong. Usually these violent women, they're usually some of the best that they've ever had as far as, like the best sex they've ever had. Sometimes they have borderline personality disorder or daddy issues tied into it, sort of thing. But violent women is never, ever okay. I can't even express this enough to you guys. It is one of the worst things that you can do. This is where guys end up with scenarios like domestic violence charges against them and they're hauled away from their own home in a marriage. And it's like, I can't believe she did that to me. And I'll ask them the question, well, was she violent when you met her? Like, did she ever push you around or throw anything at you before? It's like, well, yeah, but I didn't really think much of it. Well, she's telling you who she is right there and then. It's, it's the same thing with women. I tell you the exact same thing. Don't deal with violent men, right? But, both men and women tend to look past these red flags. I don't know. In the idealization, I always say guys love to complicate their lives and then justify why they do it. And, violent women to me are one of the biggest, most dangerous red flags you can have. If you get a domestic violence call into any police department, pretty much anywhere in North America today, and they show up at your house, it's often the man that gets hauled away in cuffs, not the woman, even if he was doing nothing. Even if he was, walking backwards, using his cell phone, trying to record it to get video evidence of it. And by the way, that's what you should be doing if you ever encounter a violent woman. And then the second thing you should do is get rid of her. Some guys are stuck in a marriage or in other scenarios where they can't get out. But gentlemen, do not overlook this red flag. Violent women, stay well away from them. They're always problems. I don't care how good the sex is. There's somebody else out there that will bang you. Don't worry. Get out of the situation with violent women. So there you go. There's 3 more red flags. If you guys have some experience with one of these, leave a comment below. Give the video a thumbs up and a like, just to let people know, and YouTube especially, that you got some value out of this. And if there's somewhere that you feel this is worth sharing so other guys can check it out and learn something about this and grab the chapter on the road red flags, YouTube, Facebook, be grateful, blogs, whatever, share it there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. There's a few card screens after this with some more information about my community, or if you want to book for coaching, so check those out. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. All right, brothers, hope you enjoyed that video. Before you go, there's some important links that I want to go over with you just beneath the Teespring merch store over here. If you scroll down to the top comment, it's always pinned by me. You can expand by clicking the read more button, and there's a bunch of useful links. I'm going to go over just the three main ones with you. The first one is a lot of guys are often asking me about how do I network with other red-pilled guys? How do I find other guys that I can help level up that are chasing excellence in life and not women and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's it. That's my men's community. So if you click through to that card up on the top right, you'll get over to entrepreneursandcars.com/community. There's a video there that explains exactly how it all works and what the perks are, and a bunch of useful information beneath that. So check that out. The next link that I want to go over with you is my clarity.fm link. Again, that's also pinned in the top description where it says get one-on-one coaching with me. A lot of you guys send me messages. I'm stuck on this. How do I get out of this problem? I'm going through divorce. What's the solution? My business startup question is this. Well, there's a link over there. You click that, top right of the screen, hit it, and you're going to come through to this page where you can book me for a call. It's billed by the minute, so we can go as long or as short as you need to. Most people seem to book like a 15-minute call, and we'll go 15 to 30 minutes or so. But take a look at all the reviews. Most of the stuff that I help out with tends to revolve around either dating advice or surviving divorce. I also do entrepreneurship coaching as well, men's high performance coach stuff. So check it out. Reviews are all 5-star. I've done a ton of these calls. We're getting close to 400 now. So consider that if you need help with something you're stuck on and you're serious about getting unstuck. The last one is the Grondike Soap Company, which, by the way, gentlemen, is a proud channel sponsor. Scott's been a great supporter of the creation of content on this channel. Most of you don't know this, but many of my videos get demonetized or only run limited ads. So Scott helps out a ton. You're showering anyway, so why not buy handmade soap from a sponsor that supports the creation of my content? When you check out with coupon code Cooper, you'll get 10% off. It is pheromone infused soap. You're going to click this link over here and land on the Grondike page. And they've got some great value packs. Obviously, the more you buy, the deeper the discount. But when you check out, make sure you check out with coupon code Cooper, and you'll get that discount at the checkout till. Again, thanks for watching the content today. Make sure you hit subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.